Despite American citizens being absolutely over Israel, bipartisan now, especially on the right, we're seeing a growing movement. It seems like U.S. politicians just haven't caught up with the times. U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer was recently speaking in New York at the Jewish Community Conference, where he's pledging to continue fighting for aid to Israel. All aid, everything that Israel needs, we're going to go ahead and just give it to them. So, take a listen to this viral clip here and let's talk about it.
Fight for aid to Israel, all the aid that Israel needs.
Wow.
I will continue to fight for it. And we delivered more security assistance to Israel, our ally, under my leadership than ever before. We will keep doing that, everybody. It is so important to give Israel what it needs and to protect itself from the many in that difficult region who want to wipe Israel off the face of the map.
So I'm going to play the rest of it here in a second, just so you guys can see kind of everything was going on. Fight for aid to Israel, all that Israel needs. It is so important to give Israel what it needs, completely ignoring the fact that America's bankrupt right now with a $38 trillion national debt. Doesn't matter. So U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer vowed to keep the aid flowing at the Jewish Community Relations Council in New York. As a self-described Shomer or guardian of the Jewish state, he has received over $1.7 million from pro-Israel donors and PACs, of course, including AIPAC. Schumer also backed a fast-tracked arms sales worth up to $3.5 billion, using his senatorial influence, and joined House Speaker Mike Johnson in inviting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to address the U.S. Congress in 2024. This is supposedly, a Democrat. They put on this show as if they care about human rights, of course. But when it comes to Israel, that's all off the table. It doesn't matter at all. They love crying about it when it comes to what Russia and China are doing. Israel could do whatever it wants. It could wipe Palestinians off the map, apparently, and they won't give a damn. They really just don't give a damn. As long as everything and all the money keeps going and flowing to Israel, they're satisfied. That's that's the way it works in the U.S. government. So let's take a little bit more of a listen to the last 15 seconds here.
We have to do everything to do that. We have to do everything to ensure that the delicate ceasefire secured last year paves the way to lasting peace, where people can live side by side, as many have mentioned, in a two-state solution. The fight for aid to Israel, all the aid that Israel...
So, there you go. And the thing, and you notice, though, actually, I'm going to play that one more time. Notice how quickly, as if they even believe a two-state solution is possible, how quickly he just kind of quietly says that, of course, with a two-state solution. He really just quickly tries to brush it off. They don't even believe what they're saying.
Where people can live side by side, as many have mentioned, in a two-state solution. Okay.
And then he goes ahead and ends it off. No recognition about Israel's brutality. No recognition about the fact that where the hell are they going to make this two-state solution when Israel is colonizing as much land in the Israeli-occupied West Bank that it can? No recognition of the apartheid in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. They ignore that. And this is the thing. If they really actually gave a damn, which we know they very much so don't, we know that. They're all bought out by Israel. If they actually gave a damn and they actually wanted lasting peace, though, the number one thing you would prioritize is reeling Israel in. Logically, it makes sense. If you really take an unbiased approach to it, the best way to lasting peace in the Middle East is reel the rabid dog in. If you have a rabid dog and it's biting everybody, well, a rabid dog should be put down. That's the first thing. But if you had a dog that was just, untrustworthy, it was running around causing all this mayhem, you would reel it in. You would put it on a leash. Last president we had to really put Israel on a leash was John F. Kennedy. There's no other president. There's no other Congress. Our Congress doesn't. Our Congress doesn't at all. And then they talk about wanting lasting peace. What does lasting peace in the Middle East look like when you have a colony that's entire mission is to expand its borders? Its entire mission down to a biblical level, that's what they believe. Down to a religious level, they truly believe that this is what their plan is. They truly believe that this is what God told them to do. Netanyahu meets with Israeli journalists, meets with Israeli reporters, and brags about this outwardly. Just a few months ago, Netanyahu was doing an interview with an Israeli reporter, where the Israeli reporter was showing off his jewelry that included a map of Greater Israel with the entire Middle East in the map. So they're bragging about this. Ben Gavir, Smotrich, talking about, thwarting a two-state solution. How can you have peace in the Middle East with an entity that's entire agenda is destabilizing the Middle East to expand its borders? There's no peace there. So either they're playing dumb, truly, they're just playing dumb, or they really don't understand at a fundamental level the fact that what Israel's initiatives are in the Middle East. And at this point, I refuse to believe that these people are just too stupid to recognize what Israel's up to. They're willingly ignoring it, And then they cry about human rights, and they cry about being good people, and they'll cry about Russia being evil, that damn evil country, Russia. If only we could stop Russia. That's what they're always crying about. There's that TikToker, you guys might have seen him before, Aaron Parnas. Have any of you guys seen him? He's this self-proclaimed Zionist in the beginning, especially last year. He was tweeting repeatedly about how there's, quote, no genocide in Gaza. And then after he started to realize that a lot of his base started to hate him for it, since he's really, really, very on the left, immediately he started deleting everything so people wouldn't know. That's kind of the thing. When Donald Trump met with Putin, I believe it was in Alaska, and, Putin came to Alaska, Aaron Parnas, this TikToker, freaked out. He looked like he was about to seize, like truly just fall on the floor and start seizing. How could this war criminal be allowed in the United States? Trump is evil. Tweet after tweet, just freaking out, making video after video as if this guy has never seen people die before. And people were just rightfully so questioning him in the comments. You are truly having a panic attack right now with the idea of Putin being in the United States on U.S. soil. Where the hell was this when Netanyahu was in U.S. soil repeatedly? Stop with this fake, human rights BS. Stop with it. Either you actually give a damn about humans or you don't. So stop trying to put on this act as if you are some sort of noble person. You're not whatsoever. You're actually worse than the people that don't say anything about human rights because you're fake and your human rights are one-sided only when it applies to one group of people. It's all BS, guys. And unfortunately, I wish I could say, things are getting better, but it seems that these individuals, they just keep pushing this. They keep pushing this. Now, the American citizens are really starting to wake up. Do I think it's going to happen in time? I don't know. Who's to say? I hope so. It just doesn't seem like things are headed in the right direction right now. So it's ridiculous. This is not going to be the first time we hear U.S. politicians cucking for Israel. This is not going to be the last time, that we're going to see this. We're going to continue to, because their entire campaigns are bankrolled by this to stay in office. So until, we vote these people out, I don't know how we're going to unroot this. That's it for this video, guys. If you found it interesting, I'd appreciate it if you click the subscribe button below and give it a thumbs up as well. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.